Hello, literature lovers. Today I want to talk about Anglo-Saxon period and some instances about the famous Beowulf, talking about the historical overview and the first Germanic invasion in 449 AD. So that was the major event, and that's the reason why Germanic tribes were established and common language was early English. That's quite different from nowadays English. Nowadays British English is very much different. Some family units, ideas at that time, art, all are different. These are the pics of the artifacts of that period. It's part of history. Talking about the 7 tribes, 7 major kingdoms of that period. The whole England was divided in between. And 3 are still there. That's England at that time, talking about it. And the famous Norman Conquest 1066 by William the Conqueror, talking about the religion and religious beliefs of that period and how the culture was there, no concept of afterlife, talking about the life goals, Christianity was there, first Archbishop was there, Saint Augustine. Education level of that period related to Venerable Bede, monk, also called father of English history, talking about the education. Alfred the Great was the patron, and talking about the Latin language. And since translations brought it into English was used, that is almost the end of Anglo-Saxon period. Some runic alphabet are in table format, and early Anglo-Saxon use stones for it as portrayed. Talking about the period and modern English members of the family, ability and influence in England, history of the languages, Latin, Danish, Swedish, German, French, all were there. And aristocrats used to speak French, and English was actually the language for the poor and peasants. And other language aspects we can use for the religious purpose, as you can see. Literature, oral tradition was there. Some professional poets were used for storytelling and history purposes. And the major work was Beowulf, a brave hero. Elegiac lyric poetry is there, expressing it. Some other riddles related to it. Talking about Beowulf, the poet is still unknown. Christian man of 8th century. Classical biblical literature. Very famous work. Beowulf should be studied. It's a milestone, and that's why it's important. Some of the manuscripts are there. Some were destroyed because of fire. That's the summary. Thanks.